Islamic radicals in the United States have traditionally set up shop in big cities with large Muslim populations, places like New York City, Dearborn, Michigan, and even Washington, D.C. But one secretive group is doing just the opposite. They call themselves Muslims of America. They've established compounds throughout the rural United States. Members say they moved to the countryside to lead peaceful lives, free of Western decadence. But others say that doesn't tell the whole story.
Certainly, when you're in a rural area, it enables you to better escape from the prying eyes of law enforcement.
CBN News consultant David Gartenstein-Ross says Muslims of America has close ties to a violent Pakistani group named Jamaat al-Fuqra. Both groups are led by the same extremist cleric, Sheikh Mubarak Jilani.
Sheikh Jilani is an extremist figure, both known to be very much involved in the jihads against India, also very much known to be anti-Semitic.
Jilani's images and messages are all over the Muslims of America website. He founded the group during a visit to Brooklyn in 1980. Shoe bomber Richard Reed and Beltway sniper John Allen Muhammad are said to have been among his followers. Jilani encouraged his U.S. pupils, mostly African Americans, to move to rural areas and establish Muslim communes. The group now has dozens of these communes nationwide.
Al-Fuqra has compounds from coast to coast. They have compounds in Virginia, 2 of them in New York State, in California, in Colorado, in Georgia. And what this indicates is that they're going to areas where land is plentiful, where you can get land for relatively cheap prices.
CBN News visited the group's 45-acre site in Red House, Virginia, a town so small you can barely find it on a map. Red House, Virginia is as rural as it gets. There's no traffic lights, and the only signs of industry here are a pair of convenience stores. So when a street sign popped up named after a radical Pakistani sheikh, along with men and women dressed in traditional Islamic garb, locals took notice. About 100 people live in run-down trailers on the Red House compound. Members declined to speak to CBN News on camera.
We're just trying to... Well, what's this? Wait. It's okay.
We tried to ask them about this sign in front of the compound. It's a symbol of the group's devotion to Sheikh Jilani. Jilani has been on U.S. intelligence agencies' radar for years. He's currently under investigation for possible ties to al-Qaeda. American journalist Daniel Pearl was on his way to interview Jilani in 2002 when he was murdered. The sheikh denies any involvement in Pearl's killing. CBN News spoke to a former member of Muslims of America who wishes to remain anonymous. Mustafa says Sheikh Jilani runs the group from Lahore, Pakistan.
He's the leader of the group. He's a former member of the Pakistani military. His father was one of the founding fathers. He has great connections to the Pakistani intelligence, the ISI.
Mustafa says Muslims of America serves as a cash cow for Jilani and Jamaat al-Fuqra. Each member is required to send 30% of their income to Jilani.
He said that the 30% is money that God has chosen to take from you, and if you spend that 30%, you're stealing from God.
Group members hand-delivered thousands of dollars in cash at a time to Jilani in Pakistan.
Money got to Pakistan through the old elders who traveled to Pakistan. They carried cash with them, or they sent it to Western Union.
Mustafa says Sheikh Jilani uses these American dollars to help fund the Taliban and other terrorist groups. Muslims of America compounds are filled with ex-cons from rough backgrounds. Many converted to Islam in prison. Mustafa says there's at least one semi-automatic weapon in every home. A local law enforcement official told us he's had no problems with Muslims of America in Red House, but the group has a long track record of violent activity on U.S. soil. During the 80s and 90s, members firebombed Hindu and Hare Krishna temples and assassinated 2 rival Muslim leaders. Federal raids on the group's Colorado compound in the early 90s turned up bombs, automatic weapons, and plans for terrorist attacks. And at least 3 members have been arrested on weapons charges since 9/11. Mustafa says the group raises money through a variety of criminal activities.
It's all illegal. If you're bootlegging videotapes, CDs, clothing.
In March, federal investigators broke up a multi-state counterfeit goods ring. Local residents tell CBN News that some of those arrested lived at the Red House compound.
It's all counterfeit movies, not sanctioned by Paramount or MGM or things like that. They're not legitimate.
Law enforcement sources say they're keeping a close eye on Muslims of America compounds.
One of the law enforcement officials that I spoke with was concerned that you could have a Waco-type situation.
But this video on the group's website shows the former head of South Carolina's FBI branch speaking at a Muslims of America sponsored event in 2004.
It's indeed my pleasure and an honor to be here today.
As for Mustafa, he continues to fear for his safety, but he says he's speaking out because he considers Muslims of America a dangerous group. In Red House, Virginia, Eric Stackelbeck, CBN News.
Inmates convert to Islam while they're in prison every year, and many of them, when they leave, go to religious communities like Islamburg. Not many people know this. For example, in upstate New York, there's a small community that, on the face of it, appears to be a faithful group of devotional Muslims, but when you look into it, you'll find a lot of very concerning activities going on there.
I was up there, and on the far east perimeter, you can see buses, like school buses and vehicles that are riddled with bullet marks.
Islamburg is one of 30 compounds in America of an organization called Jamaat al-Fukra. This organization actually has over 3,000 members and is made up mostly of individuals that converted to Islam while they were in American prisons.
What is Islamburg? Is there two faces? Is it a goodwill face to show the community and then a second backdoor face? And that's really what my concerns are.
You hear gunfire when you go past there. At night you do hear people screaming and yelling, and there has been people that have left the compound that have told us information about some of the stuff that they've done.
What's most concerning to me is that these compounds are actually run by an individual by the name of Sheikh Jilani, and Jamaat al-Fukra is actually an organization out of Pakistan which has been connected to a number of terrorist activities.
Jilani is tied to dozens of crimes across this country, firebombings and assassinations.
In keeping with the deceptive nature of these groups, Sheikh Jilani produced a video which is intended to paint himself and his groups in a positive light.
The American Muslims are better off in America than anywhere else, and they will never do anything wrong against their country. That is my directive to you and to them.
But authorities have uncovered another video by Jilani. And this one was never intended to be seen by the public.
See the film and see how, struggle against oppression has to be carried on.
This video shows terror training, ambush tactics, and how to make bombs.
Don't make any public film so that it may not fall in the hands of the enemies of Islam, and it can quite serious.
And one has to wonder, is this what Jilani's followers are learning here in the compounds in America?
We're not given any authorization of anything that you have filmed today. We're not getting any authorization for that to be publicized whatsoever. Well, legally, we are not. That is the law. You have to ask permission.
So I'm not on your property. I'm on the public road here.
I know the FBI and Homeland Security are monitoring groups like Al-Fukra very closely, but it's amazing to me that this story just hasn't gotten out, and the media hasn't even begun to uncover what's being taught in these compounds.
But we are Qadriyas, we are peaceful people, we are connected through the bloodline of Muhammad personally, the last prophet, through Ali and his daughter Fatima. And our Sheikh right here, he is a direct descendant.
Is that Sheikh Mubarak Jilani?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You're with Jamaat al-Fukra? No.
Muslims of America.
We don't. America.
Okay. You're not with Jamaat al-Fukra.
Never heard of it.
Oh, okay.
All my 30 years, I never heard of it.
Never.
Ever.
Interesting. Okay.
Ever. But these are the signs of the last days. It's coming, believe it or not. We don't have enough time.
Sheikh Jelani is going to be a big part of that, huh? This is new. I thought I understood.
This is the article, and he's saying that Imam Mahdi is coming. You don't have to believe it. You don't need no followers. You don't need no one.
Sheikh Jelani's got lots of followers.
So did Musa. So did Jesus. So did Abraham.
Yeah, but they didn't have training camps.
So did Michael Jackson. So did Elvis Presley.
He had Neverland Ranch. He didn't quite have a training camp.
Which training camp? Oh, we don't.
A compound.
We don't have camps.
We are establishing training camps. You can reach us, at Brown Open University offices in upstate New York, or in Canada, or in Michigan, or in South Carolina, or in Pakistan, wherever we are, you can reach us.
Oh, that's one of the compounds?
What do they call
Why?
it? Compound?
Why?
I've been there.
No, why?
I've been there.
No, I'm saying why a compound? Why?
I mean, what do they call it?
What do you guys see, this is what I'm saying now. This is what I'm saying. All of the disrespect. No. I'm just saying a lot of disrespect in the world.
Those misinformation.
No. Him.
Here to clear it up.
Please, because I have to go. In this world, the hatred. There's just so much hatred and bloodshed. Everybody's just mad. The whole world is mad. And this.
Can I ask you a question? Because I see.
No, him, please.
Yes, sir.
This man that will come, followed by Jesus, son of Mary, it will be peace.
And you're saying that
it will be peace. It will be peace. It's all of.
And he's peaceful as well.
Read the article. It's peace.
Well, can I ask one question? Because I didn't see. I know you're saying
it's all about peace.
But I saw Sheikh Mubarak Jelani say, "Be friends with him and kill him," like it says in the book. And that came out of Sheikh Mubarak Jelani.
Soldiers of Allah.
Soldiers of Allah.
I'm trying to understand who are y'all guys? Who are you guys?
We're just
agents. I don't.
We're just interested.
Y'all guys got my stomach hurting. My stomach. I don't.
No, we're all friends.
Oh God.
We're all friends.
Why even think like that? Why?
Well, I'm answering a question. I saw the man say.
Maybe we're misinformed. That's why I'm hoping you can clear it up.
You can clarify, but I saw a video with him say that.
Do you know the technology they have today? They can make somebody say whatever they want just by cutting and slicing. I mean, come on.
So you're
come on. Come on.
What do you see Islam in America in the next 10 years? 20 years. What do you want to see?
Good.
I'm really serious.
Good. We want to see mankind come together and iron out differences. Descendants of the slaves, descendants of the slaveholders, the Jews, the Christians,
but all
people
under
in the book.
Sharia.
Under what does that mean? God law.
Yeah,
I mean, in English terms, I don't want to speak Arabic because I'm American.
Okay.
Under God law.
Yeah.
It just. If you want to say Sharia is nothing but a way that humans can connect and learn how to respect.